everybody, and welcome to Rosie's Tips. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make celery salt. Now I just made a video on one of my everyday to-go salads that I usually eat every day, and in that salad I put celery salt instead of using regular Himalaya salt. Sometimes I like to take a little break from salt if I feel like my body's retaining too much water or fluid, and I'm like, I need to cut back on the salt. This is my to-go salt. Also, celery salt is a great alternative for people who have high blood pressure or people who are on dialysis that need to have a very low salt intake. And this is a great healthy way of having that savory flavor in your foods without having to actually use salt, and it's all natural. So I'm going to get started and I'll show you guys how I make this. I usually get one bunch of celery. The darker the celery, the saltier you'll get the flavor out of it. And I chop them up in little pieces like this. And I get a tray, and I have the non-stick pad on the bottom, and I fill the tray. So one of these usually gives me 2 trays like this full of celery. And I don't have a dehydrator, but what I do, I've showed you guys in other videos, what I do is I use my oven to dehydrate until I get a dehydrator. And I put my oven on warm. I'll put this in the oven. I put my oven on warm, and I keep the door slightly open. And I usually put like a wooden spoon or a metal spoon or a utensil on the door to hold it open. And I put the thermometer in there. So technically anything over 118 degrees is cooked, and it cooks all the minerals and enzymes out of your food. So you want to always keep it under 180. You want to keep it at 118 or under. My oven tends to go between 118 and 120. So what I do is I usually put a little fan on the side, and I keep it, make sure it's always at 118. So you put this in the oven, and I put the thermometer there for, I leave it overnight, and in the morning, whatever time I get up, they're very dehydrated, and they look like this. So you can see little dry pieces of celery, and they are really dried and crumbled up. So 2 trays makes about 3/4 of a cup up to here. I already ground some earlier. And 2 trays will fill this whole little salt shaker up. And what you do when it's dry, I grounded 1 tray. So this is from a whole tray. So it really shrinks down a lot. So make sure you pack that tray up very well. And you're gonna get any coffee grinder, or if you dehydrate a lot of celery, what you do is, and it's a full cup, you could do it on your Vitamix. Just put it in your blender, and you could pulverize it in there. So what I do is I put it in, since it's a little bit, I put it in the coffee grinder, and it's going to be hard to blend it in the Vitamix. So the coffee grinder's fine. You hold it down for a little while. My coffee grinder seems to throw a lot of the powder outside, so I have kind of like, it makes a mess. So I prefer to do it in the Vitamix and do more at a time, but since I already did some earlier, I'm doing this just for the video on the grinder. So once it's done, ooh, it smells really good. As you can see, all the powder is on the side because my grinder seems to kind of leak a little. Let me see if I could throw that. There we go. So it turns into powder, as you can see right there. and I need to grind this up a little bit more. But what I also do is I get sorry. What I do is I open my salt shaker. I put the little funnel on top and then the strainer there, and I strain it for bigger chunks. So you move it around. I hardly had no little chunks in this one, so that was clean. So that's how I do it. And with the rest of this, I'll end up filling it up to here. I already used some for my salad, but I'm going to pop that tray in the oven, and I'm going to make some more. And this is what it looks like. So it's celery salt. It's very savory and very flavorful. I'm going to just put a little bit on my hand. Salty. Especially if you're eating clean and you're on a clean lifestyle, you're really going to taste the flavor. Also, people who are, like I said, on low sodium diets, they're really going to enjoy it. Please try it. Give me a thumbs up and a like if you like the video, and subscribe to my channel. And you guys have a wonderful day.